Good morning,
I'm
everybody.
ready.
I invite all the participants for the webinar, which is conducted by AMS School of Informatics on the excitement of entrepreneurship. Now, I would like to request our director, Madam Vijay Lakshmi Ma'am, to welcome the participants.
Yeah, thank you, Swati. Good morning, all of you. Dear participants, this webinar.
One second.
Yes.
All the students as well as faculty of various colleges. This is a beautiful opportunity created to meet many people on a single platform like this. And today's topic is, the excitement of entrepreneurship. So when professor decided to talk about this topic, I put a question to myself. Where is the joy and excitement in entrepreneurship? Usually, what I heard, rather what I have seen, every one of us dreams, imagines of seeing ourselves being an entrepreneur during our college days. But in reality, how many of us are becoming entrepreneurs? The percentage is very minimal, not even 3%, as you know. The whole lot of dreamers, even if few of us are deeply excited and start a business. Many startups are failures. Only few are successful. The question of excitement, is it in thinking about entrepreneurship or being an entrepreneur? So in this context, I welcome Professor Surender Reddy Garu to explore this dimension of excitement in entrepreneurship and share his valuable insights with all of us today. I request sir to kindly start the session.
Good morning, Dr. Vijay Lakshmi, Kalyani, Swati, fellow faculty members and students. I'm sure all of you are excited to participate in this webinar. I am equally excited. So at the outset, let me thank AMS School of Informatics for inviting me to conduct this webinar.
And you have to be made the presenter.
Yeah, I'm happy to be the presenter.
Kalyani has to make the
Yeah, Kalyani ma'am, please make me the presenter, right? You already.
Yes.
Swati, please help us. Kalyani says she's stuck.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. It's done.
1 second, sir.
Screen is not coming.
You're all able to see me. Am I right?
No, sir, not yet.
Yes.
So you gave your name as
Professor G. Surender Reddy.
okay, sir. One second, sir.
See, if I have to come on screen, you have to make me.
Share screen.
Yes. One second, sir.
Kalyani has to make you presenter.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I'm making you.
Kalyani?
Yes, ma'am. I have made it.
Okay, right. Good,
Sir,
good.
sir, you can share your screen now.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
good.
sir.
Okay. Good morning once again.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
All of you are able to see me?
No, sir, we are able to see your screen.
Okay. You are able to see see the screen. And
No,
not
you
me.
just your video. You please put it on.
Yeah, it's on. Video is on.
Yeah, we are able to see you now, but not
Okay.
yet.
Sir, you can press.
Okay, let's go ahead. Yeah, this is you're able to see me as well as the screen.
No, sir.
That's the problem.
We see only yourself, but not the screen.
Okay.
Who is member?
Let me go to share screen. Is it okay now?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
All right.
So you please start, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. I will wait for the screen, but let me once again thank the organizers.
Hello, madam. I'm speaking. Thanks for that. It's acting up like
All of you are able to hear me?
Yes, sir, we are able to hear you. We are not able to see your screen, sir.
like
Okay.
Just try.
For example, let me pay my tribute to
it's possible.
the eminent social entrepreneur Durgabai Deshmukh Garu, who established Andhra Mahila Sabha. So I'm happy to be invited to do this presentation on entrepreneurship. We are talking about the excitement. When I mentioned about entrepreneurship, someone said it's a roller coaster ride. But I beg to differ, because in a roller coaster ride, you have a fixed path, fixed time, and you can just sit and enjoy, get off whenever you like, and you don't fall. And above all, you don't lose your shirt. Okay? So therefore, entrepreneurship is much more than a roller coaster ride.
In awesome, that's it.
Are you able to see the screen now? PPT?
No, sir.
Okay. We keep trying that, but let me talk. Entrepreneurship is a true excitement because it is essentially an exploration in the context of many uncertainties. Thus, it is more a precarious journey than a safe destination. We must also realize that it is a marathon, not a sprint. An entrepreneur, therefore, should have a mindset of enjoying every incident and occurrence in this thrilling adventure.
Yeah, I'm trying. There's some
Innovation is the weapon.
Okay, what is your okay?
Enthusiasm
I'll share.
is the fuel. Please remember that entrepreneurship is not a position, but action. Entrepreneurship, let me repeat, entrepreneurship is not a position, but action. It's a creative and judicious blend of art, craft, applied economics, and appropriate technology. I am one of the most prolific anagrammatists in the world. So I looked at this word entrepreneurship, and what did I find inside it? I found spine inside it, spine. So you require the gut, the grit, and the gumption to be an entrepreneur. You require strong roots and formidable wings. Yes, entrepreneur always is a rosy picture, but it doesn't mean that he or she should float in cloud 9. Although 9, NINE, is found as an anagram within entrepreneurship. We link entrepreneurship to startups, and what is inside a startup? You find start and trust. Let's also discourage people who believe that the entrepreneurs are after money. No, they are never after money. They just wish to make a difference. We as a country have several dreams. Atmanirbhar Bharat and 5 trillion economy cannot happen without entrepreneurs stepping in to play their expected role. Let us look at the etymology. There are several etymologies, but I strongly believe and endorse the Indian etymology of entrepreneurship, which is linked to Antarprerana. Antarprerana is the spirit of entrepreneurship. What is Antarprerana? It is inspiration from within. That's the crux of entrepreneurship. You should be an inspired person.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, 1 second, sir.
Yeah.
I got the PPT. I'll just share the PPT, sir. It'll
Okay.
be,
Yeah, please. Do that.
whenever you want me to move, I'll just move on to the next thing.
Yeah. Please show the title sheet.
Yes, sir.
That will capture the key points of my presentation. Please display the PPT.
Sir, I started off.
Oh, yeah. So let's discuss who is an entrepreneur. This is the first one is a poetic definition inspired by Rabindranath Tagore. An entrepreneur, according to me, is a person who sees the light when the dawn is still dark. When the dawn is still dark, he or she sees the light. What does it mean? It means that the entrepreneur is the first person to identify opportunities. That's the first definition. An original definition, of course, inspired by poet Rabindranath Tagore. The second definition, which is also my original definition, is in the form of an equation. Resources plus entrepreneur is results. What does it mean? It means that the entrepreneur converts resources into results. Resources are of many types. You have physical resources, you have human resources, you have technical resources, your financial resources. All these have to be converted into results. What are the results? Results are the products, services, the benefits, utilities, and satisfactions, happiness. So who does this? Who converts resources into results? It is the entrepreneur. Now look at this word entrepreneur. There are 4 E's in that. There are 4 E's in that. That's why I said entrepreneurship is 4 E's. 4 E's. Please go to the next slide, please. 4 E's. The 4 E's in entrepreneur. The word entrepreneur has got 4 E's. That's why I say entrepreneurship is 4 E's. Kindly move to the next slide. Yeah, what does an entrepreneur do?
What is missing? One slide is
Yeah, let's go back to the previous slide. Yes. So I've captured this in the form of a diagram. See, so far there is no symbol for entrepreneurship. I firmly believe that every important concept must have a symbol. So therefore, I came up with a symbol of entrepreneurship, which is essentially 4 E's, a 4 E symbol. Can you see 4 E's in each of these 3 diagrams which I have displayed here? 4 E's. 4 E's is the symbol of entrepreneurship. 4 E is the essence of entrepreneurship. You can see the 4 E's in this first symbol. All 4 E's looking inside. 4 E's here looking outside. And of course, this is another version of 4 E's. You can have, maybe 10 different diagrams, combining 4 E's, capital E's and small E's. Okay, there are so many ways in which you can put them together. But here, 4 E's are looking inside and 4 E's are looking outside. So combining these 2 diagrams, I came up with another definition of entrepreneurship, which is entrepreneurship is looking inside and looking outside. That's very important for an entrepreneur. Okay, now let us see what are the 4 E's. There, you have your choice. I displayed about 10 E's here. Education, experience, excellence, empathy, enlightenment, energy, endurance, enthusiasm, that is excitement, and equanimity, chitta prajnata. These are the E's which are very, very important for an entrepreneur. And my hypothesis is, if you have any of these 4 E's, you will be a successful entrepreneur. You need to have 4 of these E's. See, a friend has displayed, 4 E's. His choice is exposure, economics, environment, and execution. Execution is also very important for success of any venture which an entrepreneur launches. So these are the 4 E's. Let's go to the next slide. Are you able to see the screen? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Are you
sir.
able to see? Okay.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're able to see me as well as the screen, isn't it? So let's see, what does an entrepreneur do? He first identifies the opportunity. So there is an opportunity in every difficult situation also. In this situation of global pandemic, entrepreneurs have identified many new opportunities. So entrepreneur has to mobilize resources, he takes risks, builds the team or the organization, okay, he sets the targets and goals, generates employment, creates wealth. Entrepreneurs generate employment, entrepreneurs create wealth. He optimizes resources. Resources must be optimized for getting the best results. Okay, these are the important functions of an entrepreneur. Let's go to the next slide. Attributes of an entrepreneur. He is willing to face challenges. He loves independence. Creativity is integral to entrepreneurship. Innovation. Any business has 2 important things, said Peter Drucker and endorsed by Philip Kotler: innovation and marketing. So I therefore highlighted this creativity and innovation as an important attribute of entrepreneurship. Growth and prosperity, contribution to society, and finally, fulfillment, self-actualization and fulfillment. These are the attributes of an entrepreneur. Is it clear? You can see the diagram as well, okay, which talks about the courage, the confidence. These are other important aspects and attributes of an entrepreneur. Okay, please move to the next slide. What are the main kinds of entrepreneurship? The popular misconception is entrepreneurship means business. That's not true. Business entrepreneurship is only one aspect of entrepreneurship. We can have technocrats, technology entrepreneurship, STEM. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We are talking about STEM education. I am associated with a company called Butterfly Base, which promotes STEM learning, transforming teaching learning in the domain of STEM education. Okay, we created a new term called STEMpreneurs. So we can have STEMpreneurs. We have, social entrepreneurship. Then in the context of urban rural divide, we are promoting rural entrepreneurship. Then women empowerment is important. Therefore, we need to promote women entrepreneurship. There's a concept called entrepreneurship. One doesn't need to start a business. In large organizations, now they have realized that the managers must conduct themselves and think that they are entrepreneurs. They have to take responsibility, they have to take risk, and they have to take decisions like entrepreneurship. That is why it's called entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. We have created a new word in addition to entrepreneurship. See, entrepreneurship is already part of entrepreneurship lexicon and glossary. But entrepreneurship, that's a new word which we have coined. Just replace the A by O. Okay, it becomes entrepreneurship, which essentially means introduction to entrepreneurship. We have to catch them young. Even in the school curriculum, entrepreneurship should be introduced. We have to motivate our young children, inform them about the opportunities and how they can have entrepreneurial mindset. That is termed as entrepreneurship. Be a social entrepreneur. That's the most important thing. Social transformation, social upliftment, these are important. That's why I described Durgabai Deshmukh as a social entrepreneur. And in my opinion, all teachers are social entrepreneurs. Okay, let's now move to the next slide. Personality of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a distinct personality. He has to make a difference. So he himself must be different. That's why I've highlighted these aspects of an entrepreneur. The personality of an entrepreneur is inspired. He has imagination. Okay, and it was Einstein who said imagination is more important than knowledge. So imagination is integral to entrepreneur's personality. He has appetite for risk. He has tenacity and resilience. I've seen several successful entrepreneurs. For instance, I'm chief advisor to a company called Sagaresi Aluminium. The entrepreneur Visam Setti Vidyasagar has been an entrepreneur for 30 years. He has amazing tenacity and resilience. He is a very good example of entrepreneurial tenacity and resilience. And we have another successful entrepreneur in Hyderabad, Mr. Ayodhya Reddy of Ramki Group. He found his calling in the waste. He is transforming waste into wealth. Ramki Group today is a global enterprise. Then I've seen another entrepreneur who passed away very recently, Mr. B.G. Shastri. He brought new technology into India. Ductile, iron. So he set up ductron castings, first of its kind, a new technology. There was another entrepreneur whom we had known, Mr. Y.V.S. Murthy, a scientist, technocrat who set up alkali metals. He was the first person to make sodium in India. Everybody used to call him Sodium Murthy. So these are the attributes, personality, aspects of successful entrepreneurs, tenacity and resilience. Yes, we have to learn from entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs should learn this before they launch their ventures, get on to this journey of entrepreneurship. He has to be an extrovert and must be a team player, and he should have a balanced personality. Okay, balanced thinking. He should be flexible, and importantly, he should be decisive and result oriented. Ultimately, results matter. So entrepreneur must be result oriented. We therefore, in the domain of education, we talk about outcome based education. What is that? It's result orientation. Okay, an entrepreneur must be decisive, assertive, and result oriented. You should have the commitment and integrity. Entrepreneurship without integrity is no entrepreneurship at all. Okay, so I have also displayed a chart which talks about the anatomy of an entrepreneur. You won't be able to read it, but you can read it when these slides are shared with you. We can go through these aspects of entrepreneur in detail. Okay, please next, go to the next slide. What are the skills? See, you require knowledge, skills, and attitudes. So these are the three dimensions of success. So let's talk about skills. Skills are very important. Whatever career, whatever profession you want to pursue, you should develop skills. What are the skills needed to be an entrepreneur? You require technical and practical skills, organizational skills, interpersonal skills, communication skills. Communication is important. That builds the commonness. It gets the results. So when you talk about communication, we are not only talking about written or spoken communication, but listening is an important aspect of communication. Presentation also is a very important requirement of success in any business. So for a teacher also. Okay. So written communication, spoken, listening, and presentation. These are all the four components of communication. And analytical skills should be able to analyze problems. When you talk about analysis, analytical comes from analysis. That is, you have to break a problem into small components and understand. The opposite of analytical is synthetic. Analytic and synthetic. Synthetic is combining. You have to combine many things to make a whole. Okay, a complete, big thing. You can see the big picture only when you combine things, but you can identify a problem when you analyze it. So you require analytical skills. You require decision-making skills as well. And problems, the entrepreneur faces several problems. Therefore, an entrepreneur should be able to solve the problems. Problem-solving skills is very, very important requirement for entrepreneurs. Design thinking skills. That's very, very important. Look at the problem and find alternative solutions, and which solution, is the best in the given circumstances and in the available resources. Design thinking is very, very important. And unfortunately, thinking is a skill which is neglected. We should encourage the children to think. We should encourage employees to think and students to think. Everybody should think. Thinking is very, very important in finding solutions and in understanding things. And reasoning skills are also very important. And next is forecasting skills. You should be able to foresee the future, understand the trends that are happening, understand the changing world. And finally, two more important skills are very, very essential. One is negotiation skills. I mean, you can't be a successful businessman or a successful, politician or successful administrator if you lack negotiation skills. And more importantly, these are very, very crucial for an entrepreneur, because he has to negotiate with all the stakeholders, okay, suppliers, the customers, the employees, the bankers, and everybody. These are all the stakeholders. Yes, negotiate with the government also. So negotiation skills are very, very crucial for an entrepreneur. And marketing, if there is no business, there is no activity without your ability to project yourself, without meeting a need, without convincing the customer. These are all the important aspects of marketing skills. Okay, now let's move to the next slide. All these slides will be shared with you. Whoever has registered for this webinar, please move to the next slide. These are the various stages in entrepreneurship. It's a life cycle. So everything starts with an idea. Idea must be converted into a concept. Then it must be converted into a business plan. You can't launch your business without a proper plan. Nobody will fund your project. Nobody will invest with you if you don't have a proper business plan. Then that must be evaluated. And you have to raise the resources. Resources means not just money. You have to raise, you have to mobilize the human resources. You have to build the team. You have to, procure the plant and equipment. You have to identify the sources of raw materials. All these are important aspects of resources. So you have to raise all the required resources. Then implement the project efficiently. Okay, implementation, that's what is called execution, is very, very important. Now that's what is called project implementation, project formulation and project implementation. Okay, that's execution. Then regular, running of the business, that's what is called operation. You get feedback and keep improving it continuously. Okay, so it's a cycle. So starting with an idea and getting into operations, okay, and continuously improving. These are all the various stages of entrepreneurship. It's called an adventure. A venture, an entrepreneurial venture is an adventure. Okay, yeah, please go to the next slide. I'm very fond of Olympics. Unfortunately, the 2020 Olympics are kept in abeyance. We don't know when it will happen, maybe 2022. Okay, that's what I hear. So I, inspired by the Olympic logo, I thought these are the 5 rings which are very, very important, which require our attention. I, adopted this to an entrepreneurial journey. So what are all the 5 important aspects of entrepreneurship? The technology. You should have a good technology. Okay, that's innovation. Okay, what technology you are going to use for your business or for your activity? Okay, technology, and then human resources and market. So if there's no market, there's no enterprise. There's no purpose. Market is like purpose. Okay, then you should have a look at the social environment, the legal aspects. That's a 4th circle. And finally, finance. Okay, and in my opinion, if you have a good plan, if you have a good business idea, and if you are committed, everything will fall in place. Finance will come. It's not, most people think that to be an entrepreneur, the most important thing that is required is money. I disagree. Money will come. Money will fall in place if everything is there. If you have a good plan, a business, a good idea, and which gives a solution to an existing problem. It solves a problem. Okay, it meets a need. So if that is the thing, and if you have the commitment, if you have the right team, okay, many a times team entrepreneurship also is very, very crucial for success. Infosys is an outstanding example of team entrepreneurship. Okay, So it's very, very important. So the entrepreneurs have different, styles. J.R.D. Tata is different, and Narayan Murthy is different, and Mr. Ayodhya Ramareddy is different. Okay, but everybody is an entrepreneur who has a vision. He should have a vision as well as a mission. That's very, very important. So I've also, besides the logo, I've also, adopted the entrepreneurial, Olympic motto, which is very, very important in the context of entrepreneurship. The entrepreneurial, Olympic motto is, contained in 3 words: CTS, OLTS, 40S. Faster, higher, and stronger. These are all the, keywords of entrepreneurship: faster, higher, and stronger. So that's the, motivation. That's a drive. Okay, that makes an entrepreneur go forward. CTS, OLTS, 40S. It's equally important in Olympics. It's equally important in a business arena or any new thing which you are bringing in. Right? For instance, somebody recently asked me, who is in the modern times, who is the entrepreneur you admire most? Then I jokingly said, I admire muskmelon. Muskmelon. Muskmelon is a fruit, not an entrepreneur. That's the reply I got. So then I said it's muskmelon. Okay, mask. But muskmelon. Today all of us are wearing masks in webinar. Unfortunately, mask is not required. But if it is a seminar, yes, mask is required. So then I said it's muskmelon. Then they could not understand whom I am referring to. I was actually referring Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a very crazy entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are crazy. Okay, so please remember that. So, but he can't become an entrepreneur if he doesn't pay attention to these 5 aspects, and he will not be a success if it doesn't believe in Olympic motto of CTS, OLTS, and 40S. Okay, let's go to the next slide. It's always an inspiration. Olympics is always an inspiration. But there are challenges. There are dangers in entrepreneurship, and you can't drive without paying attention to these risks. Okay, without noticing the warning signs. Okay, you have to pick the right business, select the right business. That's the biggest challenge of an entrepreneur. And you have to set the SMART goals. SMART, all of you know what is SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So these goals must be SMART. Unless you have SMART goals, you can't achieve that. And the entrepreneur must manage money. Most technocrat entrepreneurs, cannot handle money. So, but that's very important. You have to manage money. Okay. Then next is finding the right people. You can't do everything on your own. Okay, if you are self-employed, that's a different thing. But if you want to build a business, if you want to build an organization, if you want to make a difference, you need a team. So therefore, you need to find the right people. Right people. People make the difference. People or the organization. Organization is people. That's what they say. Organization is not buildings or plant and equipment. It's people. So therefore, you have to find the right people. And you should be able to face the challenges and the competition. And along the way, you find several problems. You should be good at firefighting. You should not shun away from the problems. You should not show them under a carpet. You should be prepared to fight. You should be prepared to solve the problems, face the challenges, resolve the issues. Okay, these are the challenges ahead. Please be warned. It doesn't mean that stay at home. No, you have to take up the journey. A ship is safe in a harbor, but it is not meant to be sitting in a harbor. It should sail on the high seas. Okay, that's what is the moral of entrepreneurship. Okay, that's a message for entrepreneurs. Okay, let's go to the next slide. How to go about it? Yes, so good. But how do we actually do it? We have to take a decision and just plunge. Okay, you sitting on the shore, you can't learn swimming. You have to plunge into the water and never look back. Never look back. Go ahead. Okay? Never say die. That's the spirit of entrepreneurship. Never say die. And take everything in your stride. Good or bad. Move forward. And that's the way you come out on tops. Okay? So this is how you should do, see the ups and downs, twists in the journey. I mean, the road is not always straight, but you have to learn swimming. You have to learn flying. Okay, you have to learn navigating. These are all important functions and parameters of entrepreneurship. Yes, please. Let's see what is next. Thank you. The next is the most important thing. Thank you for having me here, and I wish you an exciting entrepreneurial journey. Thank you very much. All the best. Any questions, please feel free. I invite your comments, feedback, and questions. Okay? For the next half an hour or 1 hour, I'm available with you to take the questions. Yeah, I request Dr. Vijay Lakshmi to invite the questions.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am. Participants, I request you to ask any queries in the chat box, please.
or else they can directly even interact, asking questions, no issues. Just open your mic.
If you don't ask questions, I'll be asking you. Okay?
You can unmute yourself and directly interact with the sir, or else you can post ask the questions in the chat box so that you can read it out with sir.
Do you know which is the greatest epic story? The metamorphosis of early caveman into the modern spaceman. That is the biggest entrepreneurial journey. I hope all of you agree. It would not have been possible.
Sir, I have a question I'll ask you. Right,
yeah,
right. For the present as such, the students' age group is around MBA graduates will be around 23, 24 years of age. Right?
Yes.
In that age, the kind of the desire, desire to start something new. What I found through my experience amongst the girl students or even the boys also, they'll have lots of dreams, like seeing somebody else in the market, they get motivated. Right? They'll have lots of fancy towards such people and admiring them, adoring them, all such things. But when it comes to the question of starting something on their own, why they are going back? What is lacking here? Then they love it, but they're going back.
Yes, it remains a dream. The dream remains a dream. In my opinion, there is an iota of entrepreneurship. Okay, in every one of us, we should only bring it out and nurture that. And the young students, because they lack exposure and they also lack financial resources, many a times they are hesitant. Okay, and I mean I agree with that. I understand, but once they have some experience, okay, I mean, they, let them gain 2-3 years experience, and then, you know, but they should not kill the entrepreneurial spirit within them. At an appropriate time, they should come out and launch their enterprise, and they should identify a good team, and more importantly, they can also have a good mentor. Select a mentor. Okay, if you have a good mentor, that makes your journey easy. It's important.
Sir, we have a question from Anunya Deshpande. Why nowadays daily people are interested in doing jobs? Why not on to start up their own? That we are trained to do only jobs.
Yeah,
He's asking
see,
like.
Yeah, I get the question. Yes, people want the job because it offers them security, and you know, it's easy. Okay, you are acquired some qualification, you have the knowledge, so you can go and work anywhere. Okay, so you get your salary, so no big risk. So your appetite for risk is somewhat limited. So, but there is, I see a change in the trend. Now, students of leading B schools and IITs are opting out of placement. You know, I mean, they want to start their own business. For instance, in a Butterfly Fields promoter, Mr. Sharat Chandra, himself, you know, he had many offers, but he opted out of placement and started Butterfly Fields to, you know, transform the STEM education. He is a graduate of IIT Bombay and IIM Ahmedabad. He could have got any job. He could have gone abroad, but he was determined to be an entrepreneur. Okay, he started in a small way, and today he has, you know, national recognition. Okay, so that's important. That's important, and it's a responsibility of the parents. It's the responsibility of the teachers. It's the responsibility of the society and the government. It's a collective responsibility of all the stakeholders to build and promote entrepreneurship.
So there's another question. What are the best fields in India for entrepreneurs according to your point of view?
Best? What's the question?
What
Best
are the
chances?
best fields? But what are the best fields in India for entrepreneurs as per your point of view?
Best sectors or best
Yes. Field.
field? Oh, best field. See, there are opportunities in every field. You look anywhere, you know, you see an opportunity. Okay, I mean, that's why I said entrepreneur sees the light when the dawn is still dark. Okay, there are opportunities in every sector. There are opportunities in manufacturing, in services, in education, okay, in healthcare. There are opportunities everywhere. Okay, I mean, I told you Ramki Group found opportunity in handling the wastage, the municipal solid waste, hospital waste. Okay, there are opportunities in everything. If you can find an opportunity in waste, you know, you can find an opportunity in every other field. Sharat Chandra find an opportunity in education. Okay, I mean, it's like that. There are opportunities in every field. Mr. Pratap Reddy found opportunity in healthcare. So he has built a big chain of hospitals, Apollo Group. So there are opportunities in every domain. Give me a field, I'll give you, you know, the number of opportunities in that. You know, all of you, you know, whoever wants, you know, you should, you know, select a field with which you are familiar. You know, study the field. Then you can consult various people. So you can always come back to me. I've been a mentor to several startups, and you know, you can kindly take my email ID from Dr. Vijay Lakshmi. Okay, and you know, contact me. I'll be too happy to put you in touch with the experts in the domain of interest to you. There are opportunities in every field. There is not a single field which doesn't have an opportunity. Okay, because the changes are happening in every field. Okay, that's very, very important, and there are opportunities in every field, not necessarily only in IT. Okay, there are opportunities in manufacturing, there are opportunities in services, healthcare, food, beverages, hospitality, travel and tourism. You name anything, there are opportunities.
So there's another question. In spite of great startup ideas, why do they end up as failures?
Yes, you have only an idea. You should have a proper business plan. You should establish forward and backward linkages. You should build a good team. If a good engineer, is only happy with designing a good product, and he is only, good at producing it, but he doesn't understand other aspects like finance and marketing. So therefore, he should either develop all these capabilities, which is very difficult, of course. You should have right people in the right place, and then that's why the mortality rate of startups is very high, not only in India but all over the world. But you should never give up. If you fail once, you are a better candidate for success in your next venture. Nobody became success overnight. Nobody became a successful entrepreneur with his first initiative. You have to keep trying, keep improving, and you should have the right mentors, okay, right mindset, and the right support. So that's very, very important. Okay, start in a small way, gain confidence, prepare the blueprint for growth, and that's how you grow. Okay, don't launch big. Within your available resources, in a start way, in a small way, start up, gain experience. Okay, then you will be able to scale it up.
Yes. So there's another question. Finance and failures are the order of the day. What should they do?
Failures are the order of the day?
Finance and failures are order of the day. What should they do to overcome?
No, failure is never the order of the day. Success is the order of the day. See, entrepreneurship, I think, a good sapling is an example of successful entrepreneurship. That's why, the startups are called Ankur Samsthas. So, look at them, how they survive, how they, face the hardships. Failure is an anomaly. It is an aberration. Success is the order of the day. But for the success, we wouldn't be reaching the stage. So, there is growth, there is success, and everybody is evolving, everybody is achieving. And, you may not become a billionaire overnight. It requires a lot of hard work, some amount of good luck as well. But I disagree that failure is the order of the day. Failure is an aberration. Failure is a situation where proper thinking and planning has not gone into it. Okay, of course, sometimes there are environmental factors which are beyond your control, but they are not order of the day. Okay, Corona is not order of the day. It is an aberration. So success is the order of the day. Because of success only, we have been able to move from cave to the space, conquer the space. So there have been success. Everything is a success. Every one of us have achieved success in our domains. Everybody, like getting into MBA is a success. Getting a job is a success. Becoming a teacher is a success. Becoming, a bank executive is a success. Everything is a success. Getting married is a success. A divorce may be a failure, but how many cases of divorce are there? Only 4 to 5%, 95% or success stories of marriage. Marriage is is a case study. I'm married for 45 years. Okay, and divorce is not order of the day. Okay, it is an average. Similarly, whatever is the initiative, whatever is your vocation, profession, success is the order of the day. Building a house is a success. Everybody can build a house. Everybody is doing that. Progress in your career is a success. Everything is a success. Don't think that making $1 billion is a success. That's a wrong concept.
Okay. So another question: how to overcome the problem of hiring?
Problem of hiring?
Yes, sir.
Yes. It's a supply chain. Supply chain, you go to the labor market, you go to these schools to get managers, you go to employment exchanges or you advertise, and there are so many people who provide employees required by you. So get the right people, or get freshers and train them. Don't expect that you get ready-made product. Okay, you select the raw product, train them. That's why training and development are very important. Getting a raw product is definitely better. You get a raw material and convert into finished product. Similarly, you get people with the right mindset, right attitudes, and some amount of knowledge. You can impart skills, make them best suited to you. You can't always have a finished product delivered at your plant or in your business. Okay, so you have to make them best suited to your requirement. So training and development comes into picture, and that's the best way to go about it.
Another question. Please explain about what will be an incubation facility. Explain what will be an incubation facility.
Yeah, incubation facility is a place which provides the required orientation, gives the technical and other support, mentoring support. Okay, it is giving you an orientation. Okay, and it gives you some skills. It exposes you to the business environment. So therefore, incubation plays an important role. Government and many large industries, educational institutions, universities are now providing incubation facility. That's very, very important. It's like an exposure, getting an exposure.
So another question. What are the zero capital businesses suggested for the present generation, especially in India?
Zero capital?
Yes, sir.
Did you mean zero capital?
Yes, sir. Zero capital business.
You can't really call them zero capital, because every business requires some amount of capital. Okay, but you can start any service with minimum capital. Okay, service industry doesn't require huge capital. Consultation. Okay, providing service like repair and maintenance service. There's so many businesses. So mostly services, of course, and trading. Trading is a business which doesn't require huge capital. You just identify the right product for distribution and have a storage facility, and then get bank finance. Now there are so many institutions, financial institutions, banks, so many agencies which give you the required seed money. So you don't require tons of money to start a business. Okay, 90% of the businesses are started with very, very small capital. You look at any success story and they always tell you that you started the business with 5 lakhs. Okay, my own company, Butterfly Fields, was started with 5 lakhs. Okay, and Ramki Group, the promoter, was a consultant. Okay, he was a pollution control consultant. He didn't have any investment. He started, getting into this domain and understood the opportunities. So I don't think, except his engineering degree, he had any capital. Okay, so it's like that. Many businesses are started with very, very, minimum capital.
So another question. What makes a woman to fulfill her passion of becoming an entrepreneur?
Yes, woman is a natural entrepreneur because she already has most of the attributes required for an entrepreneur. But unfortunately, women have not received enough attention or encouragement. But today, we are talking about women empowerment. So women can be successful entrepreneurs. Okay, and there are many organizations like COVE, ELIP, and at the national level also, the Pickies Ladies Club. These are women groups who are promoting women entrepreneurship. Okay, there are, all industry associations. They're also, and the government has got schemes tailor-made to support women entrepreneurs, and they make better entrepreneurs than men because they're more focused. Okay, they already have the entrepreneurial skills. Okay, and I don't think they're in any way less capable or less suited for entrepreneurship than men. So globally, you have women CEOs and women entrepreneurs who found success in different fields of activity.
So another question, what is the impact of COVID-19 on these startups?
COVID-19, as I said, is an aberration. It has hurt everybody, and there is lockdown. So initially we will have problems, but the only thing is we have to just slow down our operations and get ready, gear up, revisit our business plans, and it can only delay, but it cannot stop the entrepreneurship or the startups. Okay, so a small break occasionally you need to stop on the way. Okay, that's okay, and it doesn't really pour water on our dreams. It's only a temporary stoppage or temporary hurdle, but we can overcome.
Sir, another question. You made a mention about creativity and innovation in one of your slides. How to draw a distinction between these two in the context of entrepreneurship?
Yes, creativity deals with thinking, and innovation is an action. Okay, creativity comes up with great ideas. Innovation is implementing them. That's only another two sides of the same coin.
So another question. Apart from present policies of the government, how we will have an effective instrument for acting innovation and entrepreneurship in economic processes?
We cannot expect government to do everything. Okay, now every large company has to promote entrepreneurship, and this can be done as part of the CSR activity. They can set up incubation centers. Universities can do that. It's a responsibility, collective responsibility of the entire society. Okay, and everybody should play their role. The parents also should encourage the creative mindset and provide the opportunities, support them. This is important. Government can be a facilitator. Government can play some role, but we can't expect and depend totally on government.
Okay, sir. Another question from Kulkarni Sharada. What are the more no, sir, from Dr. Vijay Kumar. Can the strategy generate sufficient profits and growth?
Yeah, if it is a good strategy, yes, it is expected to generate profits and growth. Strategy has to be properly formulated, and you should get the commitment of all the stakeholders, and it has to be executed. I mean, execution is the key. Most important thing is a good strategy without proper execution doesn't yield any results. Okay, so properly strategy must be properly formulated, and we should get the required commitment. It should be properly executed. Then only it can produce the good results.
Another question from Naidana Sunil Kumar, sir. What will be the situation of the business after COVID-19?
It will get back to its normal course. Maybe I foresee that everything should be normal after 3 months from now. We can't be under the constant fear of corona. Okay, and it will be a passive, and everything will be normal. Schools will start, everything will start, businesses will start. Okay, with the required stimulus. Governments have already announced stimulus packages, and people have faced the problem. Whenever you face a problem, you emerge stronger out of that. Okay, and I'm sure the world will move forward at a greater speed with renewed commitment and vigor. And already many things have improved. The testing facilities have improved, healthcare facilities have improved. Okay, our ability or stamina to face challenges, our resolve, all these have improved now. So, I mean, we might have lost a few things, we must have lost some lives, but the world will emerge stronger out of this. The businesses will emerge stronger out of COVID-19.
Sir, one more question, sir. What is your opinion on seed stage of mergers and acquisition in COVID-19 era?
Mergers and acquisitions keep happening, and that's the best route for growth. It happens, and if it happens, it's good, because there will be synergies, and it will improve competencies, and it will lead to economies of scale. M&A is always a welcome thing. We should never have any apprehensions about M&A. Organizations, wherever they find synergies, wherever they can produce, better results, it's good for them, good for businesses, good for the society, good for the customers. M&A has never hurt anybody. Always, M&A is a welcome thing, whether it's in banking sector or manufacturing sector or any domain. We should always encourage M&As. Okay, startups will be there, they grow, and they can be acquired by large companies. So there is a consolidation, there is a synergy in M&A. So it's beneficial to everybody. So unless you find the match suitable, you don't go for that. It's like marriage. Marriage may have some problems, but marriage is always good. So we don't avoid marriages. So M&A is a marriage.